Hi, this is Rabbi Tzvi Mandel of Congregation Kahal B'nai Yisrael. So I'd like to give a shout out to very close friends from Massachusetts, Phil and Jane. Jane suggested we should get back into doing the videos on YouTube and 10 minutes or less. So we'll be doing that as often as we can. Hopefully close to every day we'll do a little on the Parsha. So, this week's Parshas Toldos, the year Tavshin Pei Hey, starts Ve'elu Toldos Yitzchak ben Avram, and these are the children of Yitzchak, the son of Avram. Avram Hailed es Yitzchak. Avram gave birth to Yitzchak, and the pasuk after that is Vayhi Yitzchak ben Avram. Shani was 40 years old. It speaks about he got married, and the one after that is Hashem listened to Yitzchak's prayers as opposed to Rivka's prayers to have children, and she had children. She became pregnant. The Chaim HaKadosh goes through a very interesting interpretation of it. He says, the sages tell us that God listened to the prayers of Avram because of Yitzchak, because he was a tzaddik, the son of a tzaddik, a great righteous person, the son of another great righteous person, Yitzchak, the son of Avram, as opposed to Rivka, whose father was a very evil person. So the Chaim HaKadosh says two completely contradictory interpretations. And both are true, of course, because this is the way of the Torah, and this is the way of Yiddishkeit. And this is the way Hashem created our souls, our neshamas, our Jewish souls, our holy souls. He says that we find that there's no one like Abraham. In fact, the prophet Yeshaya, Yeshaya says that Avraham Oyhavai, Avraham loves Hashem. We say it Friday night in the Zmiris, in the songs of Shabbos, meaning that there is no one else from the beginning of the world till Avram Avinu, till our patriarch Abraham, and further on, that did so much and worked so hard to come to Hashem like Abraham. And even more than that, God, quote unquote, ignored him until he revealed himself back to him, until he showed his love back to him, as we see in the previous Parshas. So there's no one that comes to Avram. Even Isaac, his son Yitzchak, does not come to him. He was so great. In the second interpretation, the Chaim HaKadosh says just the opposite. Avram had a little bit of a problem because his father was a very evil person who worshipped idols all his life and sold idols, and everybody knows the story about Avram as a small child, as he broke the idols. He did tshuva at the end of his life. He repented and recognized as Hashem as the only true God at the end of his life, but that was close to his death. The rest of his life, he did a lot of bid. And that little problem stayed with Avram all his life, even though he fought it. We find in Navi, in the prophets, we find that Menashe was one of the worst kings that the Jewish people had. He worshipped idols. For 25 years, he was the king of the Jewish people, only pushing Avodah Zarah, pushing the philosophy of idol worship. At the end of his life, he did tshuva. He became righteous and repented and only did good. But the 25 years were 25 years. Same thing over here by Avram. As opposed to Yitzchak. Yitzchak was the first Jewish-born child. We should rather say the first religious-born child, recognizing Hashem in every way of his life. Of course, the great Yitzchak. And therefore, he was a tzaddik, ben tzaddik, and therefore his prayer was taken on. As we see later, Hashem listened to him, as opposed to Rivka, who was also a very great person, but like her father-in-law, her father was a horrible person. And I'm trying to rack my brains. I heard this interpretation years ago. I have to find it. There's an interpretation that says like this. What was Avram's tefillah? What was Abraham's prayer? His prayer was, Hashem, please listen to my dear, holy, righteous wife, Rivka, who's so special and came to be who she is after so much hard work. Just like Avram had so much hard work, so too his daughter-in-law worked so hard to be where she is. And therefore, when it says that Hashem listened to Abraham's prayer, it was precisely to listen to Rivka's prayer. Because isn't it simple to you and me that each one prayed that God should listen to the spouse's prayers? So she prayed, listen to my great husband, Avram, who's a tzaddik, the son of a tzaddik. And Avram and Yitzchak prayed, listen to Rivka's prayer, who's this great tzaddikis who came from such a horrible background. One thing about this. Another thing I just want to add is that the Or Chaim HaKadosh again says, since Abraham gave birth to Yitzchak, since Avram held this Yitzchak, therefore Yitzchak had physical Oisha v'Chavid. He was rich, he had great honor, his father was the great Nasi, but the honor came to him, and physical blessings came to him in the schus of his father, because of his father. So we find that even the tzaddik, who's a tzaddik, the son of a tzaddik, the righteous one, the son of a righteous one, but the blessings of this world comes from the tzaddik who went through so much toil in this world to be who he is, and that was the schus of Avram. Have a great day. Tzvi Mandel of Congregation Kabbalah Yisrael, living in the beautiful city of Monsey, helping my son Aaron with his beautiful yeshiva Bris Avram. Have a great day.